Welcome back my YouTube channel. I will telling about the 2 rand coin from South Africa dated 1991 is a fascinating piece of modern African numismatic history, carrying not only monetary value but also deep symbolic meaning from a country undergoing major political and social transformation. When collectors look at this coin, they are not just examining a small piece of metal, they are holding a reminder of South Africa's journey toward a new era. The year 1991 sits in a crucial period just before the end of apartheid, a time when the nation was changing rapidly and preparing for its first democratic elections. This makes the 1991 2 rand coin more than just a circulating coin, it is a snapshot of a country on the verge of writing a new chapter. The 2 rand coin was first introduced in 1989 to replace the older R2 banknote, offering a longer-lasting and cost-effective alternative for everyday transactions. By the time the 1991 issue was minted, the coin had already become a common sight in daily commerce across South Africa. It was made of nickel-plated copper, creating a durable and corrosion-resistant composition suitable for long-term circulation. The coin is round, relatively lightweight, and designed to handle the heavy usage that a higher-value coin typically faces. On the obverse side of the 1991 2 rand coin, you will find the coat of arms of South Africa that was used before the country adopted its current coat of arms in 2000. This older emblem includes symbols representing the country's agricultural strength, cultural heritage, and colonial-era influences. The traditional lion supporters, the shield, and the Latin motto Ex Unitate Vires, meaning, from unity, strength, are all present. Although the motto's message is positive, its presence on the old coat of arms today reminds many collectors of the historical period during which it was used. Beneath the coat of arms is the name of the country written in both English and Afrikaans, the two official languages historically used on South African currency. The reverse side of the coin features one of the most recognizable and beloved animals of the African savanna, the kudu, a type of antelope known for its elegant spiraled horns and graceful movement. The kudu design has long been associated with South Africa's coins, celebrated for its artistic beauty and symbolic connection to the nation's wildlife. The engraving is detailed, highlighting the animal's posture, the curve of its horns, and the sharpness of its facial features. Below the kudu is the denomination 2R, clearly identifying the coin's value. The year 1991 appears prominently, marking the exact minting year. Collectors appreciate the 1991 2 rand coin because it belongs to an important transitional period in the country's political landscape. It reflects the values and imagery of pre-democratic South Africa, yet it circulated heavily during the early 1990s, when the country was already on its way toward democracy and reconciliation. This cultural and historical blend adds a layer of depth to the coin's story, making it more desirable to those who study South African history or collect African currencies. In terms of availability, the 1991 2 rand coin is not extremely rare, as a large number of these coins were minted for everyday use. They were produced to meet the demands of a growing economy, and many remain in circulation even today. However, finding a coin in excellent condition, especially one that has been preserved without scratches, discoloration, or heavy wear, can be more challenging. Most 1991 2 rand coins show marks from years of handling, which lowers their numismatic value. This is why uncirculated or mint state examples are much more attractive to collectors and often sell for higher prices. The value of a 1991 2 rand coin depends on several factors. The most important is condition. A heavily circulated coin with surface wear typically holds only a small premium above its face value. In many markets, such coins sell for the equivalent of $1 or $2, mostly as a collectible rather than a valuable rarity. However, if the coin is in exceptional condition, graded by professional agencies like PCGS or NGC, it can be worth significantly more. Uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS-63 or higher, are often valued between $5 to $15, depending on the buyer and demand. Proof-like coins or coins that appear to have been preserved especially well can sell for even more. Another factor that can influence value is demand from international collectors. South African coins have gained popularity in recent years, thanks to the global expansion of numismatics and the growing interest in coins from developing countries. Many collectors are drawn to African wildlife-themed coins, and the kudu design gives the 2 rand coin strong appeal in this niche. Because of this, certain buyers outside South Africa may pay a premium for a well-preserved 1991 piece, especially if it fills a gap in a series collection. Errors and varieties can also affect value. While there are no widely documented major errors for the 1991 2 Rand coin, minor minting imperfections do sometimes appear. These can include misaligned strikes, die cracks, or slight doubling of the design. Although such errors are rarely dramatic or extremely valuable, they can still increase a coin's worth to specialty collectors who enjoy hunting for unusual pieces. Whenever an error is found on a coin from this period, it becomes more interesting and can command a higher price. For many people who own the 1991 2 Rand coin, the piece holds sentimental or historical meaning. Some individuals keep the coin as a reminder of South Africa's old currency system, while others collect it as part of a broader series of Rand coins from the late 20th century. The coin also appeals to tourists and expatriates who carry it as a small symbol of South Africa's wildlife and culture. Its design is distinctive, instantly recognizable, and deeply tied to the country's identity. From an educational standpoint, the 1991 2 Rand coin offers a wonderful opportunity to learn about South Africa's economic development. The introduction of higher value coins, such as the 1 Rand and 2 Rand denominations, reflected a changing financial environment where inflation made small banknotes impractical. The shift from paper money to coins helped the government reduce costs and create a more durable currency. Over the years, the 2 Rand coin has continued to evolve, but the 1991 issue remains one of the earlier and more historically significant versions. For YouTube audiences interested in coin collecting, examining coins like the 1991 2 Rand helps highlight how currency serves as a mirror of society. A simple coin carries traces of art, politics, wildlife, and national identity. The kudu design celebrates South Africa's natural heritage. The coat of arms reminds viewers of the country's historical governance. The date marks a turning point in national history. And the coin's wear and condition reveal the journey it traveled across countless hands over decades. Next coin. The 5-cent coin from South Africa dated 2007 is a small but meaningful part of the country's modern coinage history. Although it carries a low face value, it represents an important period in South Africa's post-apartheid monetary system. By 2007, South Africa had fully transitioned to the new democratic era, and its coins reflected national pride, modern design changes, and the government's efforts to maintain a stable currency for everyday use. The 5-cent coin, though tiny in size, remained an essential part of daily transactions for millions of people. The 2007 South African 5-cent coin is part of the third decimal coin series introduced in 2002. These coins carried updated designs and were minted to reflect the country's cultural identity. The obverse side of the coin features the national coat of arms, introduced in the year 2000. This coat of arms symbolizes unity, heritage, and the diverse history of the nation. It includes elements such as the secretary bird, tusks, ears of wheat, and the motto, Kui/Zara//Ku, meaning, diverse people unite. This design made the coins more distinctive and meaningful compared to earlier issues. On the reverse side of the 5-cent coin, you will find the iconic blue crane, the national bird of South Africa. The blue crane symbolizes peace, elegance, and the rich wildlife heritage of the country. Its graceful image on this small coin reflects the pride South Africans have in their natural environment. The 5-cent denomination is also shown clearly, along with the year 2007. The coin is made from copper-plated steel, giving it a reddish appearance, and it has a diameter of about 16 millimeters. Though small and lightweight, it remained widely used in the early 2000s. By 2007, inflation was slowly reducing the purchasing power of the smaller denominations. Even so, the 5-cent coin continued to play an important role in making exact change, especially in supermarkets, small shops, and local transport systems. It was also commonly used in vending machines and public telephones of that period. Many South Africans remember using these coins daily, making them a nostalgic part of the country's recent history. When it comes to collectible value, the 2007 5-cent coin is generally considered a common circulation coin. It was minted in large quantities, and most examples today are still inexpensive. In circulated condition, its value usually remains equal to or slightly above its face value. Collectors can often find it for a very small price, and it holds more sentimental value than monetary value. However, uncirculated or mint-state examples may attract a small premium. A bright, lustrous coin with no scratches or damage might be worth a bit more to collectors who aim to complete a full set of South African coins from the democratic era. For most people, the 2007 5-cent coin represents a piece of everyday life in South Africa during the early 21st century. It tells the story of a changing nation, modern designs, and cultural symbolism placed on even the smallest denomination. While its market value may be low, its historical significance remains meaningful for collectors and anyone interested in South Africa's rich numismatic heritage.